Hey guys, this is Sam from the Grid Games, back with another Theros Born of the Gods draft. Not exactly sure what's going on here. Alright. Um, so this is an interesting pick. It's pretty clearly between Arbiter of the Ideals and Fall of the Hammer. Fall of the Hammer is cheap and aggressive, two places I really want to be in this draft format. Um, Although Arbiter is very powerful and like the black blue control archetype is very good, I think I'm going to take Fall. Nyxborn Shieldmate, Citizen, Oathsworn, also very good in aggressive archetypes. Nyxborn Triton good, and Glimpse the Sun God is much better than I originally thought it was. We're going to take Fall the Hammer here. Follow that up with what? So, if we had made the smart play and taken the ship or the arbiter, we would have a vortex elemental right here. We have a satyr fire dancer. There is a common missing, so it could be like a foil rare, but it was probably like in a Crowan Skyguard or something like that. Maybe a Fall of the Hammer, a Bolt of Karanos. Yeah, so like red and white cards are the only cards I can think of that would be taken. Um, like commons that would be taken probably. So Karametra's Favor makes me really want to try the 5-color green archetype, which is, seems to be good. Satyr Fire Dancer is obviously fine. Um, Servant of Time Merit. So do I just want Satyr Fire Dancer? It's like Satyr Fire Dancer, Servant, or Vortex Elemental. I think I'm just going to take the Servant, actually. Satyr Fire Dancer seems a little too tricky to use. Alright, so we're back here with Nyxborn Rollicker, Citizen Oathsworn, and Nyxborn Shieldmate. These first two picks aren't super aggressive, but there's no black cards. There's these three are the best cards in the pack. Not a huge fan of this guy. Yeah, I guess I could take Forlorn Pseudoma. I mean, he's not bad. Yeah, I mean, Rollicker's good. It's a rare and a common missing here. Yeah, I feel like the only cards that could have been taken from my right are white or red cards, so I'm actually going to take the Forlorn Pseudoma and see what happens. And we get another Fall of the Hammer. Alright, so I guess we could have taken the Rollicker. White seems to be getting cut, so black-red is a fine place to be right now. This card just kind of is going to roll over people is my feeling. I don't actually know how aggressive we are. I guess, like, we could get lucky and be in, like, Minotaur Tribal or something a little tricky like that. I'm not exactly sure. But we'll see where the draft takes us from here. Alright, so once again, kind of killed for not taking that first pick, Arbiter of the Ideals. Satyr Wayfinder, we could definitely have a sweet 5-color green deck, but Nyxborn Eidolon is in our colors, and it's much better than Necrobite. I love the Bestow creatures. Just the fact that they're general 2-for-1s is fantastic. Imperturbed Sunchaser, not my favorite card. Thunderous Might, I've actually never played with it, but I'm not in love. Curious Follower, however, if you are blue-green, is just insane. So I'm going to take the Eidolon here. And another decent pack for us. So, more blue stuff, mono green card. What is Grizzly Transformation? Oh, yeah, that card's not fantastic. Eye Gouge isn't great either. Let's see. So it's between Reckless Reveler, Grizzly Transformation. We could also cut a blue card here. I guess we could still end up blue, although we know red is open with these two falls going late, or else someone's just like severely underdrafting them. I don't think we're really gonna miss Reckless Reveler is the issue. Yeah, I think we just take Crypsis here actually. Alright. So Sphinx's Disciple is fine, but Faragax Giant is very good. And it's good in the, like, pretty aggressive Minotaur deck or mid-rangey decks, you get them within 10 and they have to be like, oh, am I going to 2 and just dying to a burn spell? You know? So, that card I like a lot. So I think the pick's Ashiok's Adept here. I'm not in love with it because it is just a 1/3 for 3, but the fact that you can make them discard makes it a little bit better with things like Nyxborn Eidolon. If we had picked up the Rolliker, that would be better. But I don't know. I mean, it's just better than Forsaken Drifters, I think. Just better than the 4/2 for 4. And this is a good pack. So Nyxborn Shieldmate's still in the pack. Warchanter of Mogus I'm not a fan of. Claim of Erebos is not great, so it's probably just Rise to the Challenge. It's a fine combat trick, not, I don't hate playing it. Reckless Reveler is a good sideboard card against, like, the God weapons and such. Also a good sideboard card against things like a Crowan Horse. Never played Sangromancy. Don't think I'm going to. Yeah, I don't think this deck is quite grindy enough to play it. So we'll take another just straight up beatdown card that's very good with both Fall the Hammer and Rise to the Challenge. Don't care about Great Heart. Care about Culling Mark a little bit, I guess. Alright, so we're not set up too poorly here. We're going to hide all the off-color stuff. And then the Reckless Reveler, we definitely will play Rise to the Challenge, I think, as it's just like a fairly good card. Hide the Sangomancy. Not excited about playing Ashiok's Adept, but I definitely would play all 9 of these cards if I had to. Alright, so here we get a Temple, a Magma Jet. I think we're just taking the Jet here. Like, Temple's fine, but I don't know if it's better than Magma Jet, and it's not worth anything online, so it's not like I'm going to take for that. If you're at F&M or something, in Paper Magic, you may take the Temple there because it's worth, $5-10, but here I think it's just the Magma Jet. So this, being in black, always sets you up very well in the Theros packs. For things like Grey Merchants, ayo. So, I mean, yes, white is very good in Theros, but I thought black was probably the deepest color. With the Baleful Eidolon, Disciples of Phoenix, Grey Merchants, Insatiable Harpies, Bloodtoll Harpies. Both of the black removal spells, Lash of the Whip and Sip of Hemlock, are both very playable. So, I'm a big fan of black. It's hard to be in it after the first pack, because the first pack kind of cuts you from black a little, making you want to play like white, blue aggressive decks. But if you can stick to black, you're going to get paid off. Baleful Eidolon here is exactly what we want. Combos a little bit with Ashiok's Adept, I suppose. And just another 2-drop. It's a removal spell, basically. There's nothing great in that pack. There was a Sedge Scorpion, I guess, but nothing fantastic. Alright. So here we have Tormented Hero, Ordeal of Perforos, and Borderland Minotaur. I guess Scourge Mark we can think about. So I'm kind of technically take Ordeal here, because we have a bunch of cheap stuff. We have things that want Ordeals. This is very good with an Ordeal. On the other hand, Tormented Hero could be where we want to be. We could want to be in like a more aggressive build, with all of this targeting. So I think Ordeal's just better. Yeah, I mean, Ordeal's also good if we don't end up in the super aggressive archetype. So I think that's where I want to take this. So it's Cavern Lampad or Stone Shock Giant here. We're already pretty set on 5s, although Stone Shock is, I guess, an improvement to Faragax Giant. Cavern Lampad. I think I'm just going to take the Lampad. We have a lot of things to bestow on it as well. Alright, so we take the Mogus Marauder. We're pretty comfortably in a relatively aggressive black-red build. We're definitely going to have very aggressive draws. We wouldn't mind a Tormented Hero at this point, or a Fire Drinker Satyr, anything like that. 1-drops we wouldn't mind, although they're not necessary. So yeah. Right, so here we have a pretty interesting pick. The Minotaur Skullcleaver is a Minotaur, which I guess is important if we pick up... Ooh, I didn't mean to click it. I was going to take Spear Point Oriad, but I guess we took Minotaur Skullcleaver. Alright, yeah, so what I was going to say about Minotaur Skullcleaver was, it's good in the Minotaur deck if you pick any of those, like, Kragma Warcallers up, which is generally what the red-black archetype is. It also fits into the more aggressive curve we have going on, I suppose. Ooh, Insatiable Harpy. Great with Grey Merchant. Great with all of our Bestow guys. It would be great with the Spear Point Oriad if we had that, but oh well. The fact that there's still Farikos Cure on this pack makes me wonder. So we're definitely in the right colors here. That last pick was a bit questionable, but we can still definitely play the Skullcleaver. So now it's a Lampad or a Rescue. So actually I don't mind the Rescue because of the Grey Merchant. If we pick up another one or Disciple of Phoenix, it could be really good. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's also good with Mogus's Marauder. Yeah, alright, so we're on a little aggressive plan here. So we want 3 drops and 1 drops. We also want the 2-drop creatures, but we have all the tricks we need pretty much. We obviously wouldn't mind a little bit more removal, as 3 removal spells, isn't a great amount. But we also have the Baleful Eidolon Cutthroat Maneuver. That's actually exactly what we wanted if we can get some more like heroic creatures like Tormented Heroes and whatnot. Alright, so Martial Return or Wild Celebrants. I guess Wild Celebrants is a sideboard card, so we will take it. And Scourge Mark, Borderland Minotaur, Satyr Rambler. Alright. Actually don't know what's best. Satyr Rambler is best if we're like super aggressive. I'm going to take the Minotaur. Our 3s, like, besides this Minotaur Skullcleaver, aren't incredibly aggressive. I know I'm, like, wavering a lot, and the fact that this isn't going to be, like, super focused could actually just come back to hurt me here. But the honest-to-God truth is I haven't drafted black-red a lot. So I'm not exactly sure where we're supposed to end up. This seems okay. I mean, we still have a pack to go to. Whip of Erebos or Lightning Strike or Disciple of Phoenix. Jeez. I believe it's Whip. It could be Disciple though. I believe it's Whip. Yeah, alright. So that was great. We get a Baleful Eidolon or a Mogus Marauder. I think we're just taking the Eidolon here as it is like just a straight up removal spell. So, definitely happy. Would love to pick up another Grey Merchant or another Disciple of Phoenix. We have the Whip and the Rescue of the Underworld as ways to get them back. They're also good to Faragax Giant. So, we have like this combo, this combo, this combo. I guess Minotaur Skullcleaver is kind of a combo with it. So we don't really want to play Viper's Kiss. We're not in love with playing Minotaur Skullcleaver in this deck. What else don't we really want to play? I guess we don't really want to play Cutthroat Maneuver. Ooh, this is a Kragma Warcaller, which is good. How many Minotaurs do we have? 1. We have 1 that we're hiding. Yeah, so we don't have all the Minotaurs. I think we're just taking the Emissary here. I mean, Ordeal is fine, but we're not aggressive enough to like fire it off in time. Read the Bones, obviously, we would love to have in our deck. But Emissary just seems like where we want to be here. Chimera the Murder King. I've actually never got to play with this guy. He seems okay. Tormented Heroes seems better, though. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have just straight up aggressive draws sometimes. And we want it for that. So it's a Raptor, Asphodel Wanderer. I'm not a fan of the Wanderer, so I think I'm just going to take the Raptor. We're not playing it, but that's fine. Another Warcaller. So we can get a little greedy here, actually. We can, like, take this Warcaller and try to wheel the other Warcaller. We could also just take Scourge Mark, which will make our deck. It's actually a really tough choice. The Scourge Mark will definitely make our deck, as it goes with Harpy, It's good with Ashiok's Adept. It's good with Tormented Hero. It's good with all three of those cards, so it'll definitely make our deck. It's also good with Cavern Lampad, I suppose. Kragma Warcaller has more upside. Yeah, card definitely has more upside. So we're going to take it. Bloodtoll Harpy over the sideboard card because we are still a little loose on playables. I mean, we did go into this pack with a lot of playables, but we're probably not playing Kragma Warcaller if we don't wheel the other one. Another Tormented here. So it's Tormented here, Freakus Cure here. But I think if we wheel the other... If we wheel the other Kragma Warcaller, we may just be playing a much more aggressive deck, in which case two-headed Cerberus could also be good. Stone Shock Giant. Yeah, we have a lot of ways to target this. Also, two-headed Cerberus with Baleful Eidolon is gross. Another Mogus Marauder. Alright, or that was the one that wheeled. So it's this pack that has the wheeling Kragma Warcaller. We really want to wheel this. This is just going to make our deck. Yeah. Alright, so I guess we're in Black-Red Minotaurs now. Not a lot of going back. Fleshman Steed, I guess, I can play. We need another 2-drop at this point. So that's fine. Asphodel Wanderer, I'm not going to play it, but it's good to be there. And a Gainsay. So this deck turned out pretty sweet. I've actually never played the Minotaur deck before. Have seen a lot of pictures of the Minotaur deck, and they usually have that Chimera Murder King guy in them. Maybe just because it's black-red? I don't know. I thought our pick was fine. Let's get into deck building, as they say. Yeah, so basically, I've been really, loving the red-white burn deck I've been playing. I'm also going to record some videos with a few other decks. I know that, you're not just interested in that one deck. But yeah, so anything that you guys want to see, standard, draft, whatever, definitely let me know. I'm always down to try and improve. So 2 Tormented Hero, 2 Kragma Warcaller, Minotaur, Magma Jet, 2 Fall of the Hammer, Ordeal of Perforos. Jeez, that's without playing. So we already have a deck without playing Ashiok's Adept, Rise to the Challenge, Cutthroat Maneuver, which is insane with our Tormented Heroes, Faragax Giant, Cyclops, 2-headed Cerberus. We already have a deck. Alright, so we may actually want to take out the Cavern Lampad for a 3-drop. Also, I don't know how good Servant is here. It does consistently attack and is a good source of, incremental damage. Yeah, so I'm actually going to put the Cerberus in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to target it. 5 ways to just get it big. Yeah, that's should be fine. This guy seems good, though. He can just go off by himself. Do I want to play the Steed? Is that where I'm wrong here? Do I not want to play this Fleshman Steed? Maybe I don't. Yeah, I think Cerberus is better than the Steed. Rise to the Challenge is something I'm definitely interested in playing. It would be over a Bloodtoll Harpy, probably. All our creatures are very strong, though. So the cut for me is Servant of Timerit. It's like Servant of Timerit. I could play this 5/2 Cyclops. I could play this 2/1. The Fleshman Steed may be better than no, 2/1's better than the Fleshman Steed. So I could play the 2/1. I could play the Faragax Giant or the Ashiok's Adept. Most probably the Rise to the Challenge, though, as it triggers everything. Is huge with 2-headed Cerberus. Helps us get in. This is really tough, actually, as I really like Servant of Timerit. It's more of a grindy card, though. I don't think we're in that deck. So we're going to play Rise to the Challenge here. Suggest 10-7, is that right? No, it's probably 9-8. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Alright, well, I'll see you guys for round one.